The Force is neither good nor bad. It simply exists. It encompasses both the light and the dark, peace and chaos. But neither is inherently better than the other. This isn't to say there aren't good and bad choices. Both Jedi and Sith, like everyone else in the galaxy, make decisions that can be judged as good or bad. Choosing the dark side doesn't inherently mean choosing evil, just as being a Jedi doesn't automatically equate to being good. Jedi are often thought to be noble and selfless, but they can also become elitist, believing their cause is the only correct one, arguably their greatest flaw. Dark side Jedi, or Sith, choose to serve themselves and use the Force for their will. This in itself isn't evil. The acts that come from being a Sith can sometimes come across as evil, but such actions are more of a symptom or a side effect of their choices, not an inherent quality of the dark side. We all carry both light and dark within us. The Jedi, however, struggle attempting to suppress the dark side, instead of learning to live with it, understanding when to use it, or when to stay true to the light. For instance, Jedi like Mace Windu knew how to channel the dark side of the Force, and successfully disarmed the most powerful Sith master of his time. Had Anakin not interfered, Palpatine may have been no more. Even Jedi like Qui-Gon Jinn, while not fully embracing the dark side, stepped away from the dogmatic Jedi path when survival or necessity required it. While this wasn't tapping into the dark side per se, it reflected tendencies that leaned in that direction. When Anakin faced Obi-Wan and declared, "From my perspective, the Jedi are evil," it is a perspective rooted in his experiences. From the Jedi's perspective, it seems unfathomable that their noble and honorable ways could be viewed as evil, yet their oppression of the Sith and insistence on their own superiority can, from another viewpoint, be perceived as a form of evil. An example of the Jedi's arrogance is when the idea of Count Dooku being part of the assassination attempt of Padme, the Jedi are quick to dismiss it because their order is so righteous that anyone who was ever a part of it couldn't possibly do something so wrong. The Jedi tend to believe that there is good and there is evil. But when looking into the characteristics of some Sith, you can find good. Count Dooku is a great example. He did not leave the Jedi Order simply to become evil. He left because the bureaucracy of the Jedi and the connection to the corrupt political institution. Dooku went down a dark path, but when speaking with a captured Obi-Wan Kenobi, he warns Kenobi of the Sith Lord pulling the strings in the Senate. That can be taken as extending an olive branch to help take down Palpatine. Dooku was under the control of Palpatine, and he knew how evil he actually was. And Dooku, wanting power and order, didn't mean he was evil. It just meant he was embracing the dark side of the Force.